Hello everybody, welcome back to Expedition Homestead. I hope your guys' winters have been going good so far. I know it's kind of like we're stuck in the doldrums during these months where we have to be inside and we can't do anything outside unless you're in some warmer parts of the country or the world. But I myself, right now, we've got about 8 inches of snow outside. It is 30 degrees. I don't have a greenhouse right now. The greenhouse that we were growing in the past is at my in-laws' house, and that was really not capable of growing in the winter months anyways. So during these winter months, it's me, myself, and my houseplants here. Up until the point where we start growing some seedlings. Then it really starts to get exciting for me. But we do have all sorts of stuff going on with these houseplants, and I will be germinating some seeds very shortly here. I know you don't want to start your vegetable seedlings too early indoors, because if you do, they're just bound to get leggy. They're not going to produce as good of a harvest as possible, and they're not going to perform well as compared to if you time them out correctly. Then you will definitely have a better harvest. But the seeds that I'm definitely going to be starting early here indoors is our perennial herbs, because they're not necessarily producing a fruit harvest for us, and instead are just kind of growing and producing flowers. So a fruit harvest isn't going to be crucial. What's crucial to me is by the time spring comes around and we want to get them planted in the ground, I want a nice, big, strong plant ready to transplant outside. So I will be starting our herb seeds very shortly here indoors. You guys can look forward to a couple of different houseplant propagation videos, of course, coming in the next week or two as well. And then overall updates on the growth of our indoor plants. And that's going to be probably about the time where we start going full bore spring mode. We're going to be germinating all of our vegetable plants and getting that stuff growing. So like I said earlier, that is when things really get ramped up and they start to it starts to become a lot of fun. Even if we're growing indoors here until we get stuff going outside, there is a lot that you can do throughout the months of February and March indoors. There's so much that you guys can do and start getting ready, from seed starting to planning out your gardens, seeing what you're going to grow this year, ordering your seeds, ordering all of your supplies, just getting an overall plan developed. It really becomes crucial in these next couple of months. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can be alerted every time we come out with a new video or starting a new project here in the garden. At Expedition Homestead, basically what all of our videos entail is what I'm doing in the garden during that specific day. So whenever I'm doing something that I think you guys might find interesting, I will record it, I will make a video of it. No, I'm not dedicated to one sort of plant or another. I'm not dedicated to houseplants. I'm not dedicated to vegetables. I'm not dedicated to trees and ornamental plants. But I do cover all of those in my channel. Well, that's kind of a double-edged sword for me, because a lot of people like to have their niches, but I am kind of all around, an all-around gardener, and that's just the way it is. So if you want to follow me in all of my gardening adventures and growth and all the different progress that we're making indoors and out, please consider subscribing to the channel. I promise you guys, we've got a ton of content throughout the entire year. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing now is unboxing a LED grow light that I've got here. We're going to be using it to grow a lot of these seedlings. Again, the herb seedlings and then the vegetable seedlings, up until the point where we transplant them outside. And then I will probably actually be giving that grow light away to one of my lucky subscribers and followers in a future video, as I've got a ton of lights and I just kind of want to give back to you guys whenever I possibly can. So let's take a look at the light here. I am very excited for this one as it is a quite high quality light. This is a Bloom Plus 1500 watt LED grow light. Full spectrum, of course. I always recommend going full spectrum when using LED grow lights indoors. But look at that profile. It is solid stainless steel. We've got the driver on the back, which is dimmable. And I will leave the eBay link to this down below. You know, I figured that Amazon and Jeff Bezos have made enough money during this pandemic. I mean, incredible amounts of money during the pandemic. And, you know, I thought, why not just buy something on eBay for once, support eBay and eBay sellers compared to all of these Amazon lights. I mean, a lot of the things in the past that I've shown you guys on the channel are all Amazon, but I feel like their bags are getting a little bit too stuffed lately, if you know what I mean. So this Bloom Plus LED light is going to be fantastic. As you can see, it has a large surface area where I can grow a ton of my seedlings. In fact, I could probably grow most of my vegetable seedlings under this one light this year. I will have all of the specs listed down below in the description, and then of course I told you guys I will have the link for that. So it will be all put together for you guys. Easy way to check out the light, just hit the link and you guys will be directed to this Bloom Plus 1500 watt grow light here. Important to note, in case you guys are wondering what comes in the package, it is crucial because sometimes people just don't send what should actually be in the package. But thankfully here we've got all of the supports, the rope light hangers, carabiners, the whole 9 yards. And those are adjustable as well. So if you've got them growing over your plants, you know, if you're growing seedlings like I am right away, you're gonna want them about maybe 30 inches off of the seedlings. But then as they start to require more and more light, you can change the depth or the height of your grow light. And then of course, as your plants are growing, you can then raise the height along with your plants as well. So that comes in that's really, really handy to have, is because if you don't have an adjustable clip, obviously they're not gonna be able to adjust it. I don't really can't put it any more simple than that. You have to have adjustable clips when you're growing with LED grow lights. So let's plug this in and show you guys just what it looks like, the type of color that you're getting from it. And again, like I said, I will have all of the details on what this light's output actually is and everything like that in the description below, because those technical details are really important when it comes to growing your plants. But I assure you guys that this is a top quality light, and that is one of the reasons why I've decided to buy this one, is because I've done a bit of research and I found that for the price point where it's at, this is actually going to be a good performer for me. I have had a ton of people reach out to me in the past maybe 5 months wanting me to show their LED grow lights on the channel here, but unfortunately I just turned down a lot of them because they are cheap grow lights that are usually under $75 and claim that they're putting out they're replacing a 1,000 watt grow light for that price point. And unfortunately with that price point, you do get some cheaper lights, but this Bloom Plus LED is going to be a high quality light for you guys to get your hands on. So let's get this plugged in. All right. So you can see it is full spectrum there. It's pretty much like a daylight white as far as the color goes. It is significantly brighter than most of my lights here. But again, like I said, it is adjustable. You can take a screwdriver right in here and then dim it from the driver itself. So that is very handy. During the seedling phase, they're not going to require quite as much of an output as compared to when I'm growing the larger plants indoors. So having it dim is very useful. Let me get a couple of the seeds of the herbs that I'll be growing indoors here to show you guys, just so you get an idea of what we'll be starting here in the next week. So specifically what I will be starting out with this grow light to begin with is going to be these herbs here. We have a lemon balm, a lavender hyssop. Very excited for that. That's the first time I'm growing that. Savory winter, first time I'm growing that herb as well. And then we have true Greek oregano. These are all perennial herbs that will grow in my zone here. We are a 5B, southeastern Wisconsin. And then I will also be growing a couple of other different perennial ornamental flowers like lupine in with this. I've got a sunny perennial cut flower mix that I will be growing, and a couple of different things that are not going to be vegetables that I can start out this early here in the basement with this grow light. The herbs will go out by our actual vegetable garden, and then all of the flower seedlings that we grow from this light, they are going to be throughout the landscape as we're going to be developing that this year. A lot of you guys probably don't know, we just moved into this house this year, and we are doing a ton of indoor work to it before we moved in. But now this next year, we're going to be able to do a lot of the landscaping projects. So you guys can really look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're gonna have so many different things. We're gonna be working all throughout the whole front and backyard here. We've just got just over a third of an acre, and really none of it is landscaped at this time. So there is going to be a lot of projects coming up here. What can I say? We are just always trying to put out as much content as we can, especially during the summer months. It's really going to get insane. As always, guys, please subscribe if you liked today's content, found it entertaining, or possibly even learned a little bit. We'll see you all in the next episode.